Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys the weekly soul connection reading. And so this is going to be for today's date, which is Monday, May 20th, going all the way until Sunday, May 26th. So this could be for any kind of a soul connection. This is going to be geared more towards people that are in some sort of challenge or in separation with a person that they feel a special soul connection from or with. This could be a twin flame, a soulmate, however you resonate with another individual. At the end of the day, the label doesn't really matter. It's just your connection that you feel with another person. So just take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. And we're going to be focusing on the masculine and feminine energies as well as the connective energies and just kind of see what's happening there. I'm also going to be using some different decks here today, so I'll list them all in the description box below with whatever I'm using. The cats didn't want to move, so they're just going to sit right here in the middle of the reading, you guys, all right? So anyways, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So the very first thing that we're going to focus on is we're going to focus on the masculine's energy. So we're going to be using for this is a brand new deck. It's a beautiful deck. It's from Germany. So it actually is in German as well as English. So this was sent to me by the creator of this deck. Now, I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation, so bear with me. I believe it is pronounced sans souci. And so that is, it kind of sounds French actually, but I'm probably not saying it correctly. But this is available on Amazon, so I will be sure to put the link in the description box below. But it's a super cool deck. And so I'm going to use this combined with the Beautiful Creatures Tarot, okay? So we're going to be getting some masculine and feminine energies off of this. So what is the overall energy that the masculine is in this week? Let's take a look. Masculine can be male or female. It's just whoever is holding the masculine energy. Okay. So I'm just going to put these right here. And then going to get the overall energy here for the masculine this week. Let's take a look. That's the one that wants to pop out. Okay, the Kraken of the Underworld. Look at how freaking cool these images are. I'm in love with this deck. It's beautiful. Okay. The last big obstacle to take, the last challenge, to beat the final enemy. The finishing line is close enough to touch. Destiny, purpose, determination. So, I mean, obviously this octopus here in this ocean is very, very big. So it's like this huge obstacle, the last challenge. So it's like the masculine is undergoing some sort of last test, last challenge, you know, on the brink of breaking some sort of maybe cycle. So let's go ahead and put this aside and see what this may have to do with. We're going to get 3 cards. Interesting. We have the Nine of Cups, satisfaction. So it could be that there is something that the masculine is after in regards to his life purpose, his dreams, his goals, some sort of satisfaction, something, just a dream. We also have the Magician. I definitely feel this for sure. It's not going to resonate with everybody out there, but we have the Magician, inner skills. So the Magician is trying to manifest something, manifest their dreams, their goals, their desires, some sort of satisfaction. So they're still kind of, up against one final test. And we have the Two of Wands. Decisions, beautiful. So the thing is, when we have the Two of Wands energy, that indicates that there is some sort of an energy that's holding someone back from being able to move forward completely. So I really feel that the masculine's energy is coming through this week as they're on the brink of some sort of, clearing of an obstacle, achieving a certain goal or dream. They're literally right on the brink, and that's the energy that they seem to be consumed with this particular week. So let's go ahead and jump into the feminine's energy. What is the overall energy of the feminine? Okay, 2 wanted to come out, so we're going to take it. We have Enchanted Summer and we have the Firebird. Look at how pretty these cards are. Okay, so Enchanted Summer, it says enjoyment of life, easiness, public spirit, sociability, activities, togetherness, new acquaintanceships, waters, healthy lifestyle, and vacation time. We also have the Firebird that's talking about purification. This is eliminating emotional baggage. I'm getting this resurrection, rising of the phoenix kind of energy. Okay, so this to me is the feminine who is definitely coming into her strength. She's letting certain things go. She's going into this energy of the enchanted summer, which just means that she is taking either a break. She's going to be going towards happier times. So if the feminine has gone through any kind of energies that have been very heavy and burdensome, she's coming out of that energy this week and she's really going into more of a happier, sunnier time. This is beautiful. Let's go ahead and get some more energies here. We have Three of Wands. Interesting. You know, I feel like the feminine here, and the keyword does say patience, because the Three of Wands does indicate that the feminine may have been waiting for something to perhaps, you know, maybe return to her, change certain circumstances. Maybe she put out certain efforts and she's waiting for these things to pay off. So it could be that for some of you out there, if you're a feminine watching this video, that you're just tired of waiting and you're just going to basically have a good time. You're going to really go towards happier energy. You're not going to be in this energy of waiting anymore. You're going after your goals. You're going after your happiness. So that's what I'm kind of feeling, is that you're tired of waiting and you're just going to basically go towards happier times. We have the Knight of Wands. Desire, exactly. So you're taking matters into your own hands is what I'm seeing, feminines. You're wanting to go into an adventurous time, feeling good. The Knight of Wands is somebody who's an adventurous, free spirit, goes after their desires, does what they want to do. It's definitely an energy of being a free bird. And so I think that that's interesting that we have that Phoenix that's just kind of resurrecting from the ashes and really going into some fresh new energy. Love it. Seven of Wands, exactly, bravery. And the thing is, it might have been very difficult for the feminine to get through certain obstacles, or to get to this point where she can be brave in order to endure something, in order to face something perhaps. Maybe she's really been fighting against something and she's just kind of tired of fighting against it, and she's just going to kind of let go, let certain things fall to the wayside, and basically move forward in a freer way. So I'm definitely feeling this resurrection, kind of free spirit energy, going into happier times, feeling a lot better, feeling more relieved, feeling a lot freer. That's what I'm saying. Not struggling so much. Okay. So it's pretty general energy for both the masculine and the feminine. So why don't we go ahead and take a look and see what their energies seem to be towards one another. Okay. So now we're going to go into, let's see here. We're going to go into the Modern Spellcasters Tarot. And we're going, oh, sorry guys, I almost tripped. We're going to go into my Twin Flame Messages Volume 1 and 2. So for whatever reason, I have no idea, but I'm always attracted to use the Twin Flame Messages Volume 2 that I created for the masculine. Don't know why. And then I use the red for the feminine. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put these like this. We'll do the feminine up here. So these are just going to be the energies that the feminine and the masculine are holding towards one another. If you guys are international and you guys want to order any of my decks, just email me and I'll send you a special link. Other than that, they are available to everyone else on my Etsy shop. Okay, so what is the energies that the masculine is holding towards the feminine at this present time? Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is definitely a card of commitment. It's also a card of long-term things. So the thing is, the masculine's energy at this current time is really focused on himself and really focused on his own dreams and his own goals. And he's basically on the brink of completing maybe a cycle or completing something major, one last obstacle. So it could be that his efforts are towards his connection with his feminine. Okay, so there's definitely that strong energy. So let's just go ahead and get two more cards and then we're going to get some thoughts. Okay, so we have the Devil's energy. So that just kind of confirms that the masculine still has something that he needs to accomplish, or that it's that big octopus in the underworld. There's still some kind of underworld energy because now we have the Devil. So there's some kind of old energy that's still shackling the masculine. He's still holding on to perhaps an old way of being, maybe even a partnership that doesn't serve him anymore, or just some sort of behavior that's just not good. So again, there is still this breaking free of shackles that needs to happen. Okay, so let's get one last energy. And we have the Six of Wands, but I love it because this is a card of victory. Victory and success, as in the masculine should be able to get through this energy, or at least he believes that he'll be able to, which is why this Ten of Pentacles is here, which just means that he can see the future clearly, but obviously there's just still some things, perhaps maybe in the physical world, could be money, could be possessions, could be relationships, or like I said, behaviors that he does still need to get through victoriously before he can really focus on that commitment or focus on the long-term goal, perhaps with his feminine. So let's get some thoughts here. Okay, so the masculine wants the feminine to know that he looks at her picture often. So this is beautiful. So this just means that the masculine has not forgotten about the feminine, even though they might be in challenge and separation. We also have, I'm trying to think of what I want to say to you. So if there is some sort of no communication going on, the masculine may not be ready to communicate because he doesn't simply know what to say at this particular time. And we have, I will make things right between us one day. So this just kind of confirms that there may be some sort of a cycle at hand right now that seems to be somewhat negative. Could be that the masculine's in a karmic relationship. He may have an addiction. He may have just something that he's trying to break free from. Like I said, it does look to me like the masculine is taking the proper measures to break whatever cycle this is, but he still has some last bit of things that he has to go through, whether they be lessons or whatever that is, karma, before he can really dedicate his energy towards a commitment. Okay, so he hasn't forgotten about the feminine. Not sure quite what to say at this time, but one day he will make things right, because there could be, like I said, some kind of crap that happened before or that's happening currently that's keeping the two of them apart. Very interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the feminine's energy towards the masculine. Sharky. Seven of Swords. Okay, so this just kind of goes to prove that maybe the feminine isn't super trustworthy of the masculine. Maybe she still feels like, you know what, not sure if I completely trust you. She may not have forgiven him from past behavior. She may feel like he's still kind of being a little sneaky, or maybe not 100% honest with her, or she's not quite sure what's going on with the masculine, so she might be kind of a little cautious is what I want to say, at this present time towards the masculine. Okay. What else do we got? Okay. So we have this card, and then we have the, we have this card, but in the reverse. I couldn't talk. This is the Eight of Cups card. Eight of Cups is a card of walking away. This is what I'm getting here, you guys. The feminine might not feel, or it's almost like she knows, she's aware that the masculine still has to walk away from something and that he hasn't. The Eight of Cups in the reverse position means that we haven't walked away from something that we know we need to. So the thing is, it might be that the masculine is hiding this from the feminine, and she knows it, and so therefore she's not quite 100% ready to just say, yeah, let's move forward, let's do this, I'm completely trusting, let's go there. She's being cautious. She might be wanting to take things slow, or just being completely fine in separation at this time because she's not sure whether or not he has let go or has cleared up old past behavior. And what I'm seeing in this reading is that it is confirming that the masculine is not completely disconnected from a situation or a behavior that's not serving this him or this connection. So I'm getting here that the feminine is correct on her intuition, that he's not completely detached or ready for this connection at this particular time. There's still some stuff that he needs to do, which is that underworld, that octopus in the underworld. Okay, that's what that is. Yep, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is like the aftermath of something that basically was terrible, a horrible ending, the pain of a situation. When it's in the reverse position, you can see these swords are basically falling out of this person's back, okay? So what I'm getting here is that the feminine is ready to basically put whatever it is behind them, but she still is being, she's still aware, or she's still basically on guard, because she still feels, it's almost like she still remembers the pain. She doesn't want to really revel in it. She doesn't want to stay stuck in it. But the thing is, I'm also getting that the Eight of Cups still hasn't 100% disconnected from the pain associated with this masculine. So I just feel like the feminine is leery at this point when it comes to either trusting or moving forward successfully with this masculine, because she's not sure whether he's done with past behaviors or done with past situations. So that's not going to resonate for everybody out there. So let's go ahead and get some thoughts. My heart is telling me to just do it. So the thing is, her heart and her mind are telling her two different things. Her heart wants to do it. Her heart wants to trust. Her heart wants to jump in. Okay? But her head's telling her something else. If I knew what I know now, I would have made different choices. So the feminine might be having some sort of regret when it comes to the way that she said certain things or did something, or, certain choices that she made in regards to this connection. So she might be kind of beating herself up for, if I would have said this or done that, maybe things wouldn't be this way. So I feel like the feminines here might be in their head about something. and I want to be authentic. I'm no longer afraid. So this is a real tug of war for the feminine. She really does. I mean, the feminine hasn't completely walked away from the masculine. She's still hanging on. She doesn't want to hold on to this pain, but there's a part of her that can't forget the pain either. So she doesn't want to be too trusting moving forward. She wants to be able to be authentic, and she doesn't want to be afraid. Her heart's telling her to just do it and just to basically give in and trust. And I'm not here to say that you shouldn't or that you can't, but there's a lot of mental energy which just tells me that the logic is taking over the heart space and basically, forewarning the feminine that maybe the masculine isn't 100% ready at this particular time. And we did see confirmed in this reading that there is some last bit that the masculine still needs to go through. Devil is here, as well as this Kraken of the underworld. So there is some sort of darkness still present here, feminines. So I feel like you can trust your intuition that's telling you, because some of us may just, we don't want to face certain things. We don't want to face the ugly truth sometimes, because the ugly truth sometimes just sucks. We just want to let go. It seems to be exhausting always being on guard. But I'm getting, feminines, that right now you can trust your intuition when it comes to the masculine maybe not being 100% or ready at this particular time. You're probably best to just kind of still keep your guard up, but not being hard, but just kind of being a little bit more logical than emotional this week when it comes to certain things that are either coming at you or when you're thinking about this connection. That's all I'm trying to say. So let's go ahead and move into the shadows then, because there does seem to be some sort of challenges and shadows that are coming through this reading this week. It just is what it is. So we're going to go into this one here is called the El Goliath Tarot. We're going to use that for the masculine. We're going to use the Crow's Tarot for the feminine, and we're going to use my Twin Flame Shadows deck. So let's go ahead and get a shadow for the masculine, or some sort of, shadow, some sort of challenging energy here for the masculine this week that he's facing. Masculine. And we have feminine. Peaches is going to be the masculine, and Sharky's going to be the feminine. Okay. So let's go ahead. We've got the insecure energy for the masculine. So let's go ahead and see what this has to do with now. I seriously cannot say enough about my El Goliath tarot cards. I freaking love them. All right, what does this shadow have to do with? Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so this doesn't surprise me, because I'm like, okay, what is the masculine insecure about? It makes sense to me that the masculine might be insecure when it comes to his environment, whether it's his finances or what he has going on for himself in the material world. Pentacles are material things, possessions, perhaps, situations that are based on survival. So the Seven of Pentacles is a card of a plan, okay? Having a plan of action and sticking to that. Now, this is really cool. This deck is so much deeper than I will probably ever truly be able to take in. There's flies here. We've got this frog. We have these Venus flytraps. First of all, Venus flytraps are they're just such a cool thing to me that they're even in this deck. I swear, this artist is just amazing. So anyways, my point is that, do you see trap? To me, I feel like the masculine is kind of feeling a little insecure that he's not ready to 100% release himself from either a trap, or he does not want to enforce or like a forced, wow, I don't know why I can't speak today. Some sort of trap. Doesn't want to be trapped, or is afraid, or feels like he cannot walk away from a trap. So to me, there is this insecurity or the shadow with the masculine this week that's basically making him feel a little on edge when it comes to his overall plan, his overall what he wants to do in the bigger scheme of things. We can already see that the Ten of Pentacles popped up, which is indicating here that the masculine's energy seems to be directed in the correct space when it comes to long-term plans and goals. But the shadow is that he does have some insecurities on whether or not he'll be able to get there. Six of Wands did indicate that the masculine should be able to get there victoriously, but we all have insecurities, and this is the masculine's. He's insecure that he can't move forward because he's trapped, or he's afraid if he moves forward, he's going to become trapped. So whatever it is, there's a major insecurity with the masculine at this point when it comes to moving forward at this time. So again, it's just another confirmation for feminines out there that the masculine may not be completely ready to move forward yet. So this brings us to the feminines. So the feminines energy here, we have medicating. Now, it could be that the feminine's drinking a little too much, maybe medicating herself in other ways. Maybe she's overworking, maybe she's, obsessively stalking on social media. I mean, there could be a lot of different things that medicating can entail. It doesn't have to just be alcohol, it doesn't have to be drugs or pills or whatever. So what does this medicating have to do with? Okay, the Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. Medicating her. Okay, wow. Some of you, this may not resonate with you. Medicating yourself with your independence. I don't need anyone. I don't need anyone and I'm fine just by myself. Now, there's nothing wrong with that energy, but sometimes we can medicate ourselves and hold ourselves back from too much of this energy. As in, I don't need anybody to make me happy. True, we don't need anybody else to make us happy. Our true happiness comes from within. That's how we can only really truly be happy with others, if we're happy within ourselves. But this is being used to the extreme is what I'm picking up on for some feminines. There's a little too much like stubbornness here, or a little too much just like, I can never trust. I can never open myself up. I'm better off alone. Fuck love. Something like that. There are some feminines out there that are in this energy. I don't feel like they all are, so I'm going to pick another card. The Fool. Yeah, medicating yourselves. I'm not wanting to start over, okay? Just basically saying, nope, I can't take a chance. I can't take a risk. I can't take that leap of faith. I'd rather just do nothing. I'd rather just medicate and stay stuck. I'd rather stay in my darkness. I'd rather stay in a fantasy rather than moving forward in a fresh new way, rather than maybe starting over and starting fresh and just kind of seeing things from a new perspective. It's just easier to stay stuck in this dreamland. It's easier to stay stuck and tell myself the same story over and over again. So there's some sort of extremism going on here when it comes to the feminine's state of mind. Now, it doesn't mean that she hasn't gotten to this state for a reason, but the thing is, the way that she's processing now these things might have become unhealthy at this point. So the way that she is kind of telling herself a certain thing, this might be something that needs to be broken, as in we need a fresh new perspective. We need to get out of old stories. We need to get out of old perspectives, old energies, old coping mechanisms is what I'm getting. Because we all have coping mechanisms, and not all those coping mechanisms are healthy. They're just not. There's a few coping mechanisms that I seem to always tap into when shit gets tough, and boy, does it seem safe there. But every now and then I'm just like, oh, God, really? You're gonna do this again? How many more times does the same thing have to happen to you over and over again before you realize that you're the one that needs to change shit? It's not everybody else, it might be you. I've had to get there a time or two for sure. So anyways, that's kind of what I'm picking up on here, is that the feminine's mindset and the stories that she's telling herself are the coping mechanisms. She needs a fresh new perspective, and she may be afraid to do that, or she may be just holding herself back from even experiencing anything new at this time. It's just better to be alone. I'm not even going to let anyone in kind of energy. I'm just going to build this fortress around myself so I can stay safe and secluded. Again, there's nothing wrong with that if you're doing it for the right reasons. But if you're doing it in order to prevent yourself from feeling any kind of pain or taking a risk of something new that might happen, you're really doing yourself a disservice. And that's why it's coming through as a shadow, you guys, okay? So I hope that makes sense. So let's go ahead and move on into the actual connection. So what is going on with the actual connection? Where is this connection at on the journey? Let's go ahead and go into the Twin Flame Journey Tarot that I created. We have conclusion. And we have Four Swords. So the conclusion this week is kind of this energy of going within, doing your healing, doing your recovery, maybe just kind of staying a little quiet, maybe not a lot of action-oriented energy. So that's really, so kind of just going within, paying attention to your own energy, just kind of focusing on yourself, your own healing and recovery. That is what is key this week, is what I'm getting here for the connection. And both people, I feel, are tapping into that energy, which is great. We also have guides, so guidance or spirit guides, and we have sun, which is illumination and growth. So spirit's really assisting the connection this week is what I'm seeing here. So we really have to pay attention to our higher self, our inner guide, our spirit guide, spirit team, maybe people that are guides in our physical world, physical form, friends, family, coworkers, gurus, spiritual teachers, things like that, because there is some sort of an energy here that they're illuminating something for your own growth. We may not want to face it. We may not want to see it. We may not want to walk in that direction. That direction is scary. Sometimes people will suggest things that don't feel comfortable to us. And so that is because we have that resistance to change and grow, or even for some of us to even be happy. Oh my gosh, what if I went in that direction? I might be happy. I don't want to, we all think that we want to be happy, but sometimes people are so stuck in their pain, they don't even know how to be happy if it hit them in the face. So there is this guidance this week when it comes to go towards sunnier times, go towards that sunny energy. And I think it's interesting because the way that the feminine started off this week was really positive when it came to the enchanted summer, going towards the sun, going towards things that make her happy. But again, we do have this shadow here with the feminine this week, that she might be kind of holding herself back from that because of old coping mechanisms that are difficult to break. And we have admired. Oh, beautiful. And we have the Hermit's energy. So the Hermit's energy is soul searching. What's really going to be admired at this point is the stronger that we become within ourselves. So we had a lot of nines come through this reading. We had the Nine of Cups come through for the masculine. We had the Nine of Pentacles come through for the feminine. And now we have another number 9. Nines, of course, to me as a reader, are the energies of individuals. Ones and nines are that to me. But nines are also, we're on the verge of basically, we're self-discovery, self-mastery. In numerology, it's like if you're number 9, it's like when you're last lifetimes here, some people believe. So we've mastered something. So it's definitely an energy here where we're at the brink of some sort of an end of a cycle that also came through when it came to the Kraken of the underworld. There's some sort of last bit of, discovery, or last bit of this journey that we're supposed to learn something. This is very admirable, okay? So the more that we're just focused on ourselves, and the more that we're just focused on our own happiness and our own soul development and growth, this is something that the other is going to admire in the other. So the masculine is going to admire this about the feminine, and vice versa. So the answer for some reason this week, you guys, is to choose ourselves, to choose to basically go into our own healing and our own recovery and do the work that we need to do on ourselves, to illuminate and grow as individuals. That's very key, and that's what Spirit's giving us this week. This is going to be the key to our happiness this week. So if we're feeling stuck, or if we're feeling, stifled or challenged by this connection this week, the answer is to go within. The answer is to focus on ourselves this week. That is going to bring us some sort of happiness. So the connection, I feel, is mirrored at this point, as in both the feminine and the masculine are both in number 9s. The masculine's in 9 of Cups energy, focused perhaps on his own happiness and the things that are making him feel good when it comes to accomplishing goals and working towards a dream perhaps. Feminine might be in the energy of feeling okay to be alone, but maybe having to also push through coping mechanisms of, I'm just doomed to be alone forever. So I feel like the feminine's really kind of, battling that energy this week of feeling comfortably alone instead of that enforced feeling of being alone. So finding the healthy balance with that. So let's see how Spirit is assisting the connection this week. We're going to be using the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle, Signs from Spirit Love Oracle that I created, and we're going to also take a look and see what spirit animal is with the feminine and masculine. I'm having a real hard time talking today, you guys. I apologize. So how is Spirit showing up for this connection this week? Wheel of Time. Your charge is to enlarge. Wow, a whale of a time. That's interesting. Whale of a time. Your charge is to enlarge. 777. Rapid soul development that comes from challenging times. Okay, so when this happens to me, I'm not going to pretend to know, because I just feel like that well of a time, there's more that's going to come from this book than I'm going to get on my own. So I'm not even going to attempt it. So this is talking about here that we embrace our inner well, our whale. I feel my heart grow as deep and big as the ocean. So this is talking about the whale is here to remind us that wherever you find yourself in a challenging circumstances, your charge is to enlarge. Your mandate is to become a heart space so large that all the world can fit within it, all parts of you and all parts of humanity with nothing left out. In the belly of the whale, you're reminded to stop resisting and instead open and allow diversity of life and the entire ocean of emotion of all sentient beings to be celebrated and loved. Wow. So this is about opening ourselves up through challenging times. Look at what card came up with it, you guys. Challenging times. So right now is a time for rapid soul development that is coming from these challenging times. But do you see the light that's on the horizon? We also see light here that's above. So this is telling yourself, like the whale, open up your mouth and let everything in. Does that sound really bad? Basically open yourself up to feeling everything, feeling the challenges, feeling the love, feeling it all. Okay, have a whale of a time. This is a time for you and your soul, as well as your divine partner, to learn something from all of these challenges that you guys have experienced on your own, as well as this connection together. So this is only going to make you stronger. So Spirit is helping you to see the spiritual challenges as absolute lessons for spiritual development and growth that you needed as an individual, as well as for each other later on, if that's something that the both of you decide to come together and do. So that's beautiful. So I feel like Spirit's showing up for you in a huge way this week when it comes to the challenges that you're facing with yourselves and each other. So let's go ahead and look at the Spirit holy crap. Spirit of the Animal Oracle cards. What spirit animal is with the masculine this week? Coyote. What spirit animal is with the feminine this week? Wolf. Interesting. A wolf and a coyote this week. Very cool. The coyote is the revealer of truth. It says, don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. So the revealer of truth. So again, through these challenges, trying to find some sort of truth that can be revealed through these challenges. Trying to basically look at things from a more, just more of a playful way instead of taking things so seriously. So for the wolf, for the feminine, we have Pathfinder, which says, release your past and start a new journey. Interesting. So remember, the shadow came through for the feminine, that she was really holding on perhaps, or some of you were really holding on to old coping mechanisms. We need to go into the energy of the Fool, remember. Go into a fresh new direction with ourselves. It says, you are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. So you're here to find your own path, feminines, okay? Like the wolf. You're a survivor. You may be a way shower for others. And the only way that you can do that is to release your past and the things that are holding you back, anything that's negative, anything that's no longer serving you. You've outgrown it. It's time for you to start fresh on your journey. So if that means that you're putting down expectations, you're putting down old ways of being, old thought patterns, old ways of doing things, then that's what you're doing. So the wolf is here to remind you to find a path. Doesn't mean to find a new journey, even though it does say that there. It's do something new with your journey is what I'm getting here. So the masculine needs to still find some sort of truth. He's searching for truth is what I'm seeing here, okay? And it may be that this great wisdom is going to come through this good energy that he seems to be in at this time when it comes to him finding himself, when it comes to his 9 of Cups energy of searching for some sort of dream or a goal or happiness, some sort of satisfaction in life. So he may have some sort of truth revealed to him during this search of happiness, okay? Beautiful. I love it. So why don't we go ahead now and take a look and end this reading with the energies of things that may unfold, okay? Things that may unfold when it comes to the future of this journey, this connection. Some of the things that may just be unfolding. Well, we do have intuitive communication. So this is saying silent whispers of the heart. So it might mean here that, moving forward, in the near future, we may still not have that actual communication in the physical world, but we're still communicating with each other's higher selves. We're still listening to our intuition. That's what we're kind of relying on. We're not really relying on what people are saying or not saying. We're trusting our inner voice, okay? This right here is called the Gaia Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. Yeah, see, but people are thinking of each other, okay? Loving thoughts, and we have serendipity, meaning at the same time. So even though there's no communication going on, we do have 2 individuals that are thinking of one another. So when you're thinking of them, they're thinking of you. And they may not be communicating in the physical world, but they sure are communicating from their hearts back and forth. This is beautiful energy. And we have Night Wind. Facing fears, subconscious release, and healing. So again, we still have some winds to get through the night. There's still some challenges. There's still some shadows that need to be gone through. Okay, this already came through the reading. So it's kind of like what I'm getting here in the near future is that we're still kind of breaking through old patterns and cycles for a while. And I don't mean for a while, like as in, years or anything like that. It just means that throughout the rest of this week, it looks like people are just maybe still going to be working through their own stuff. Yeah, but look at this though. I love this. We are going to be breaking through old patterns, okay? There's definitely an energy of a brand new beginning and a fresh new start. So as we go through and we release and we do our healing and we face our fears, okay? This kind of healing is going to bring a brand new beginning and a fresh new start. So this is great. So embrace your shadows. Embrace these things. Clear this energy. Heal it. Move forward in a positive way. Focus on your own healing right now. Let your partner do the same. Oh, as we love ourselves, we can't go wrong. Ace of Hearts, Ace of Cups, beautiful. Just means the love starts with us first. And when we love ourselves and our own cup is full, then we want to take that to our partner and share that. So I have some kind of fresh energy coming through this reading for this. Last message, Spirit. Oh, there's the one. Yep. When we surrender and we let go, everything is possible. This just means when we can surrender, let something cycle through. Look at this, you guys. We have a brand new beginning and a fresh new start. Literally, from the 10, we go to the 0 and then the ace. So when we release, when we let go, when we face our fears, when we face our shadows, our darkness, we release it and then we heal. We surrender that old dark pain, all that dark stuff. We have a brand new beginning. We can be reborn again. This energy, this love can be resurrected once again. But it starts with us first, is what Spirit's trying to say, okay? So this reading, just to kind of wrap it up, I just really feel this week that the masculine and feminine are very much in similar energies, but in different ways, if that makes sense. They're both really focused and working on themselves, but they're still working through some sort of shadows when it comes to, being in a partnership with, just somebody or together as in with one another. But they certainly are thinking about one another, and there's definitely this sort of telepathy going on this week when it comes to the connection. So the advice really is to just focus on our own healing, focus on our own situation right now. And when we do that, and the more that we work on releasing and surrendering our need to have this connection, this really does help it to become resurrected. When we're feeling fresh, it's like the energy, the vibration of the connection shifts and changes and gives us an opportunity to have a brand new initiation, to go into a new, fresh cycle. It's beautiful. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for choosing to watch it if you resonated with it. And I will catch you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.